Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's your old pal, Mr. Butter, coming back at you again. Today, I want to take a look at a pair of kicks that I actually ordered about a week ago. It took them a while to get here. As for this pair of Jordan Retros, I am really just shocked that they're sitting as much as what they are. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Let's take a look at this Jordan Retro that's sitting everywhere. I feel like we are definitely in a very unpredictable time as it comes to buying sneakers, predicting what will do well, what won't do well. Based on what I heard for the Space Jam 11 lows, I thought a lot of people were going to be passing on them. I heard people calling them bricks, saying that they were going to sit, go on sale, and then wouldn't you know it, they drop on the sneakers app. I think stock was a lot lower than what people were anticipating. I heard that 80,000 pairs released on sneakers. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I heard. They didn't sell out immediately, but within a couple of hours, it started to get tough to find pairs in all sizes online. And I know even locally here at stores, I think they disappeared from shelves pretty steadily throughout the day. On the other end of the spectrum, I think this pair of shoes is probably one of the most wearable retro Jordans that I have seen in a minute. And I think these things are absolute fire. Some of y'all probably already know what I'm talking about, but I looked on Finish Line, Hibbett, Sneakers. I looked at a bunch of retailers before I started making this video just to make sure I was speaking correctly. And these are still sitting in a lot of sizes. I think 12.5 seems like it's starting to disappear, and some of the more sought after sizes like that are finally starting to disappear. But if you wear a pretty average size, chances are you can find these for retail, and if not, then you can go on GOAT, StockX, eBay, whatever. It seems like they're selling for around 120 bucks, which for this pair of kicks, I think it's a great deal. This might be what I would consider the biggest sleeper of 2024 so far. But anyhow, I'm not going to keep y'all waiting too long. I had a different box in the thumbnail just because I didn't want to give it away that quickly. I'm talking about the Shadow Jordan 1 Low. I think this colorway is among the easiest to wear when it comes to a Jordan 1. I know Jordan 1 hype has fallen off, not for me because it's probably my favorite Jordan retro silhouette that there is, and I just think they're really easy to wear with my style, whether it's a high, a low. I even have a couple of mids. I love Jordan 1s, and when I saw that they were releasing the Shadow Lows, for me, it was a no-brainer. As I mentioned, I did have to order this pair. My local Finish Line did not get these in store, and I saw a lot of people saying that their local stores didn't get them. But the cool thing was I was able to use a $20 coupon. I think retail was $140 for these. So with the coupon, I was able to get them for $120 plus tax, and I think that's a great deal. I'll take that bargain all day. Looking at the box, it's got that shadow color scheme. It's got the same font and the same branding that we see on Jordan 1s. The background is gray, but the Nike branding is all black. The tag reads Air Jordan 1 Retro Low OG. Colors are black, medium gray, and white. I went with my true to size 10 on these. If it's a Jordan 1 high, I can go up a half size and it fits fine. But for lows, I always go true to size. If not, I feel like I just got too much room and I don't like the way that fits. And then enough about the box. I think these are so good. I made a short where I talked about wanting the Shadow Jordan 1 lows so much because that's what my golf shoes are. And I just think they're easy to wear. They pretty much go with anything. And they also look really good as you're beating them to death. Here, I'll show you an example. So obviously these things are beat. I keep these in my truck because they're my golf shoes, and you never know when you're going to need to squeeze in a couple holes of golf or even a whole round. Obviously, I have beat these things to death. I mean, this toe box, I don't think that's the way that you would want it to look. However, that being said, they actually function very well on the golf course. They do have some nice little spikes and they really do help you get good grip. And surprisingly, they do keep your feet dry, which when I'm golfing, that's among the biggest of my concerns. Is just I hate getting wet feet and then having to play another 9-10 holes with wet feet. But all that aside, I just have loved the way that these shoes look on my feet. A lot of times I'm playing golf with Silent Z, and I've told him countless times that if I was able to get this pair of shoes in a Jordan 1 Low that was not a golf shoe, I was going to be all over it. If I'm being honest, I have been fighting off the urge to double up on these just because I like this colorway that much, and I know it's a shoe that I'll be able to wear with just about anything and it'll look great. Now, if only these things could help me with my woods, then they'd probably be the perfect golf shoe. But anyhow, back to this crispy clean pair. I just think these are phenomenal. And when I saw that they were sitting, and when I saw the prices stayed low on the resale market and that kind of thing, I just kind of assumed that maybe there was something wrong with them. Maybe the materials weren't on point or something like that. And these aren't the best materials that I've had on a Jordan 1, but the black leather is very, very soft, feels really nice. And then the gray leather, it doesn't seem like it's as thin of a cut, but it also feels really soft, and I'm loving these materials. So then you start thinking, well, is there a ton of QC issues or something like that? And as for this pair, they look great. I don't have any issues with my pair in the least bit. There's nothing wrong with them, nothing that I'm unhappy with. So I am very pleased with this pair of kicks. I grabbed these for retail with a $20 off coupon, but you can still get them for around that price just by going to GOAT or StockX or eBay. When it comes to classic Jordan 1 colorways, it doesn't get more OG than this. This is one of the original colorways from 1985. They didn't originally do it in a low. However, this was one of the original colorways for a Jordan 1 High back in '85. But looking at the outsole, you can see it's a standard Jordan 1 tread pattern. Pivot point in the front, Nike branding there at the midfoot. It's all in a black color, and I like that because it won't really show dirt, but we've all seen these traction patterns before, nothing really out of the ordinary there. And then we can see that that black outsole meets a bright white midsole with bright white stitching, and I'm glad that they went with bright white and they didn't try giving a sale or something on this pair. I really just want my pair to look new and clean, so I'm glad they went with a bright white midsole. Then as we come up to the upper, we can see for the mud guard, going up the eye stays and then the side panels, we've got this really nice black leather. There's not a whole lot of texture on it or anything, and it does have a little bit of a shine. This is kind of the shinier leather. It's very soft, but it does feel like it's kind of a thin cut, but I've got no complaints with it overall. I think it's a nice looking material and it feels nice and soft, so I'm all about that. Then as we look at this gray color here on the toe box where we see those perforations, and then on the swoosh, as well as on the heel, and as well as up here by the collar where you have that Wings logo, this gray leather feels very nice. It is a soft material, but it feels like it's a thicker cut than what the black material is. I think these are going to age beautifully. I think they'll hold up very well. They hide dirt because it's a darker color, and it's just such a classic style. It doesn't get more classic than this, in my humble opinion. I like that they gave us a genuine leather for the swoosh as opposed to giving us a synthetic leather. I know they do that a lot on Jordan 1s, but in this case, they gave us that nice material as well. Shoes came with black flat laces already in the lowest eyelet, but they also gave us a spare in these horribly flimsy boxes of the gray color to match the gray accents on the shoe. I will probably just rock the black laces. That's what I did in my golf shoes, and I think they look the best. The tongue is a standard Jordan 1 tongue. It just feels like your standard nylon material. It's in a black color, and it has black piping going along the edges. We've got a black tag that has some gray Nike Air branding there at the top, and then we've got a black sock liner And it looks like our insole is white and it's got some black Nike Air branding down on that. I know that was a pretty quick run through of this shoe, but I'm telling you right now, I think this probably is the biggest sleeper so far for 2024. Being able to get these on the resale market for $120, I would have never predicted that. Even though Jordan 1s have kind of fallen off and the hype has died down, this colorway is as OG as it gets, and I think it's very wearable. It'll go with anything, so I seriously am considering buying another pair while they're so affordable. Let me know if you grabbed a pair of these. Let me know if you passed. Let me know if you think they're hideous or I'm crazy, but I just think these are a really well done pair of shoes, and I will be rocking these heavily. I appreciate you all watching so much, and I will catch you all on the next one. I'm out.